robots and a variety of coding languages. Every year you have to learn more and more about coding, so then you're going to get better and better.
I might not learn doing a lot. My hands-on is going instead of saying, oh, I know how to do it. I just say, I just do it.
In First Tech Challenge, students are developing a broad range of skills, manufacturing, hardware, troubleshooting, but there's also a lot of things that you learn that you wouldn't necessarily think about. People skills.
Problem-solving skills. Helping one another, helping other teams.
The program draws so many students that come in who just want to do the marketing, who just want to do fundraising. Great thing that the kids learn very early on.
The model of FIRST has provided incredible opportunities for the students to interact with professionals.
Whenever I ask my mentors the question, they always flip the question around and ask, where would you find the answer to that question if I weren't here? They slowly built my confidence up so much more to a point where we weren't asking them questions, we were just going.
Each team has to compete at a local event, win awards at the local event, and then they're able to move on to the first championship.
You walk into the room and there's that smell. The smell of robots. 3, 2, 1.
There's different languages, different culture. It's just the best thing ever. There are scholarships for colleges, universities, as well as technical programs.
I think it's incredibly important for youth to see careers in science and engineering as a possibility for them.
First Tech Challenge is like an avenue for me to express my creativity with like-minded individuals that later become my friends through the program.
First in one word, wow.
Fun!
First is inspiration.
First is amazing. First is hope.
Gracious professionalism to me is being able to create and partake in a community where everyone's ideas and opinions are valued.
It means being trustworthy, respectful, and always ready to work with others to help them grow.
Working hard to reach your goals in the competition, while also helping other teams reach their own goals.
Being nice and respectful to your competitors and treating them as friends while learning and growing with them as a community.
It means creating an inclusive community by helping others and even sharing information with other teams.
One way we can be gracious professionals is to share our work with the FIRST community online, so others can learn from us and we can learn from others.
As members of FIRST, we learn and compete, but treat one another with respect and kindness in the process.
Building the best possible future for everyone. Even though we are all competing against each other, if we raise our competitors up, we all win.
Not everyone is given the same opportunity. We're not all given the same chances. But I want my students to feel differently. Recruitment is something I was struggling with. Real inclusion takes effort, and addressing it isn't always easy. But I truly believe there's something for everyone here. There's always a certain type of kid that I assume is going to be interested in something like robotics. But one of my favorite parts about being a mentor for FIRST is finding the kids who maybe never considered that possibility. I started to ask myself, what is my role as team leader? How can I inspire success? I made a conscious effort to address inequities and to recruit a diverse team. And FIRST gave me the tools and the training to point me in the right direction. A healthy team environment isn't always something that just comes naturally. It's something you have to cultivate. When I started thinking more about how we can come together as a team, so did they. And the more things started to fall into place. There's these moments where you see an idea or a concept just click and really come into focus. I'll never forget when our first prototype came together. All the hard work we had put into this team was starting to really pay off. You know, we always tell the kids that FIRST is about more than robots. It's something we want them to understand. But what I realized is, as teachers and mentors, it's something that we need to understand too.
This isn't a robot. It very well may have hydraulic arms, a drivetrain, and a circuit board, but this isn't a robot. This is a lesson in humility, hard work, and collaboration. This is a CrossFit workout for the muscle upstairs. This is an apple for the next generation of Newtons. It's a lot of things, but this isn't a robot. This is a roadmap that leads straight to engineering. This is a rock to shatter 1,000 glass ceilings, a rope to pull a generation up and out of poverty, a sledgehammer to break down cultural barriers, and a universal language spoken in every nation on earth. And because of that, this is a compass that can help point the way to peace. But please, don't think this is just a robot. This is Glastonbury for technology. This is mission control for the next moonshot. This is the Rosetta Stone to help translate the future. This is the sport that will help us win tomorrow. This is the software to program ourselves to cure cancer, build a clean engine, or step foot on Mars. But this isn't a robot. It's a machine to build the people who will change the world.
Gracious professionalism to me is being able to create and partake in a community where everyone's ideas and opinions are valued.
It means being trustworthy, respectful, and always ready to work with others to help them grow.
Working hard to reach your goals in the competition, while also helping other teams reach their own goals. Being nice and respectful to your competitors and treating them as friends, while learning and growing with them as a community.
It means creating an inclusive community by helping others and with other teams.
One way we can be gracious professionals is to share our work with the FIRST community online, so others can learn from us and we can learn from others.
As members of FIRST, we learn and compete, but treat one another with respect and kindness in the process.
Building the best possible future for everyone. Even though we are all competing against each other, if we raise our competitors up, we all win.
Hey there. We're so glad you're here. Get ready to step into the spotlight this year. Where are we headed? I'm sure you want to know. Let me set the stage for where we'll go. You've got STEAM. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Doing your best while practicing your craft. STEAM inspires big ideas, bold action, and creativity. These skills empower us to bring ideas to life and build the future. Film, music, theater, photography. Design a world of endless possibilities. Create art and experiences that entertain and inspire. Dream big, out loud. Fuel your creative fire. There may come a time in your journey ahead when things aren't going like they do in your head. When you give yourself the freedom to fail, your best ideas are free to set sail. So remember to always chase after that dream. Because behind you, you have a global community, a worldwide team. It's the memories you'll make and the magic you'll build. No ideas unexplored, no dreams unfulfilled. The future is a place you will create. So, are you ready? Welcome to First in Show, presented by Qualcomm.
Alright, you got the music going to the ready?
Jeremy, the sound? Break it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arizona First Tech Challenge, it's kickoff time! Are you... Let's get going! Good morning, Arizona FTC! Come on! Everybody get on your feet, let's go! It's early in the morning, but guess what? It That's right. They were up way too late last night. You guys are here early. You're excited. You're fired up. On the count of three, as loud as you can, I want to hear I love robots. 1, 2, 3.
No, it's gonna be louder than that. Bring it up.
1, 2, 3.
I love robots.
That's what I thought you said.
Hello.
All right, ladies and gents.
Yes. Is he coming in now?
From all over the place. Let's find out where everybody is from. Hey, make some noise if you're from Southern Arizona, Tucson, Vale. Where are you at? They're here. They're awake. All right, let's see here. Prescott area, Central Arizona. Where are you guys at? Anybody? Yay, Prescott. All right, Northern Arizona, Flagstaff area, Kingman. Any of those guys? Where are you all at? The Coconuts are here. They've been on the bus since 5 this morning. All right, Phoenix, where are you guys all at? Phoenix Metro area, make some noise! Yeah! All right, folks, I want to give a shout out to a very special group of people today. Hey, stand up and make some noise if this is your first season in First Tech Challenge. Stand up, rookies, where are ya?
Let's go, rookies. Let's stand up. Let me see. Stay standing.
Even if you're on a veteran team, you might still be a rookie. Welcome to all our new members.
Stand up, rookies. Rookies. Hey, this is real important. Veteran teams, I want you to all take a look. These guys want your help. They're hungry. They're looking for us to help them. Let's make this season the best center stage they could possibly have. Look at them. Let's make it good for them. Rookies, we're proud of you. Let us know if you need anything. Don't hesitate. You call us. You contact us. We're here for you. I want you to look around. Look at all those people still sitting down because they're here for you. All right? Make friends today. That's what it's all about. Make friends.
All right. Folks, we are at T-minus 25 minutes until we get to find out what's under this curtain here. Who's excited to find out what the new game is? Watergate confirmed. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead. While I have this incredible captive audience now, Dave and I were reminiscing as we were setting up late last night and everything. There was a handful of you, I think were with us when we did our very first kickoff here at ASU. It was down in the basement, and there was like 25 people here. And we're like, hey, check out the field. Any questions? It was pretty cool. Now check out how big this has grown. You guys did this. We built this community together. You guys really are an incredible community. We love the energy and the camaraderie that we have here in Arizona. So thank you everybody for being a part of that. Yeah. All right. And since I have a captive audience, you guys get to hear a few updates from me before we actually get to see the game. So before we switch this slide, make sure that you scan that QR code and guess the game element. That is going to close at 8:50, 10 minutes before kickoff. So you have just a few minutes left. You got 14 minutes left to take your guess. We have $25 gift certificates from Rev Robotics to give away to the folks that guess that game element. Ooh. So we'll see what it actually is here in just a few minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first in-show season. It's all about creativity. It's about the arts. It's about music. It's about making those connections, putting the A in STEM and making it STEAM. It is absolutely incredible. I hope you guys are excited about that. Hence the dress up. This isn't going to last long. It's too warm down here. So some of you guys have already seen the Masterpiece game. If you're working with some First LEGO League teams, Center Stage is coming out in just a few minutes here. And then the F4C game is going to be Crescendo. Here we go. Folks, as always, we want to make sure that we thank our sponsors. The season presenting sponsor for First in Show is Qualcomm. Make sure you grab a Qualcomm sticker, sport it, thank them, all that kind of stuff. And then the Center Stage presenting sponsor is RTX. Super excited, you guys. Woohoo! And then, of course, your Arizona First Tech Challenge organizing sponsor is Team 2486, the Coconuts. Make some noise for the Nuts. All right. Folks, this absolutely would not happen without a group of incredibly dedicated people here. So we got a lot of these folks here with us today. If you are a part of the Arizona Planning Committee, please stand, make some noise for these folks, guys. We cannot do it without them.
Come on, Todd, get up. Thank you all. Thank you all. We cannot make this season happen. Christine and myself, we owe just a debt of gratitude to you all. So thank you. Thank you for everything you do to make First loud in Arizona. And oh my gosh, is it getting louder? Look at this happening out here. I am so excited.
We have to find a bigger space. I don't know where we're going to find one. It's pretty cool. Alrighty, so coaches, you have some homework. Thank you one and all to everybody who is already kind of going through this process. It's kickoff day. Now's the time. So coaches, if you haven't already, please fill out your registration with First. Go back into your dashboard. Get in there and say that you intend to return this season so that we know that, so we have a good count and everything. We base our tournament numbers on how many teams we had the previous season and how many teams we think we're going to have this season. So it's really important that we know what that number is exactly. You need to have 2 adults cleared through the youth protection process. That is a requirement. You cannot compete without that. So if you haven't done that yet, coaches, you've got homework. It takes just a few minutes. Please make sure you go in and do that. If your team is paid by September 14th, you're entered in a sweepstakes to actually win a field. Whatever's under this thing will come to you. Okay, they'll be drawing from teams that are already registered. If you have applied for grant money, this is really important. If you have applied for grant money and you're waiting to hear about it, please don't hit that payment button until you hear about those grants, because the payment re-granting process has changed. So please make sure that you hear about those grants, whether you got them or not, before you actually pay your registration, but you can still go in and indicate you're intending to return. And then go ahead and register for your tournaments. It's open now. I've already had about 40 teams register in the last 48 hours for tournaments. It's going to be the biggest season yet. So we'll talk about the blog in just a second here, but please, 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 we are going to, well, I'm going to talk about that here in just a sec. Whoop, there we go. If your team is struggling financially this season, these amazing young people in the red, they sponsor the registration grant, because remember, your money actually comes to the Coconuts, and they're the ones that put on all the events statewide and everything. So they have the ability to offer partial discounts for your registration fees. If your team is struggling financially, please fill out that form. We can help you out with that a little bit. This is on the blog, and we're going to be reviewing those September 18th, October 2nd, and October 16th. Looking at those teams and seeing if we can help those teams out a little bit. So big hand for the Coconuts, and that's... All right, we want to recognize the first Dean's List. If you were a semi-finalist or a finalist on a first team, not just last year, but in any previous year, would you please stand up, raise your hand if you're a first Dean's List finalist or semi-finalist. Please stand and be recognized. Yeah. I see a lot of alumni out there too. I see some students that I had that are coaching teams now, which is pretty incredible. This is one of the highest honors that you can pay to your students. You know exactly who they are. They're the first to arrive, they're the last to leave, they're the one that make the team work, that make the team gel. Please do them the honor of nominating them for the first Dean's List. That can be sophomores or juniors on your team. Dave and I are going to be doing a 30-minute workshop right after the game reveal here about how to go through this process and nominate your students. It's an incredible honor, it really is. Our remote interviews are going to be February 6th, 7th, and 8th, right before the championship. So that means the nomination deadline is January 15th. So please make sure that you get that on your calendar. Don't wait too long to do that. If you wait until the day of, a few hours before, that's when technology wipes out and it doesn't work anymore. We know that. Okay, so please be sure to do that. Thanks, Matt. All right, we had some representation at the World Championship that we want to recognize. Roaring Robotics from Kingman was our Inspire Award winner last year. And Team 21329, the Squares of the Lab Table, are they here? I just want to point out that they made it to World Championships as a rookie team, so it could happen to you, folks. It could happen to you. It happened to us. We had our robot kit for 2 weeks, and we ended up going to World Championships. It could happen to you, too. We want to recognize our Dean's List finalists from last year, Hayden, Sarah, and Harrison. If you're in the house, please stand up. And folks, World Championships is something else. You got to see it to believe it. You really do. And the team that makes it all happen actually won the Engineering Inspiration Award at World Championships last year. That's the Coconuts for all their hard work that they do for you guys. Alrighty. Okay. Let's talk about communication, folks. I always joke that I send emails in Dave packs boxes, but communication goes both ways, okay? If you're not checking this on a regular basis, you are missing out. So every week, I'll send a message to everybody, say, hey, check the blog, here's what's on it. If you don't read it, you're missing some important information and stuff. So as the season gets underway, we'll have reminders about, let's say, gameplay hints, things that we learned, let's say, from the referee calls, different things that we put on there, tips for teams to help you guys get ready for your competitions, and then the logistics for competition, packing lists, and things like that as we get into the season. And then we also post the results here. On the side over here, on the right-hand side, that's where we're going to post how many spots are available in each of those tournaments. Okay, and I'll talk about that registration here in just a sec. So please make sure that you are checking this early and often, because that's where the most important information goes. All right, speaking of qualifying tournaments, we have 9 confirmed tournaments statewide, so thank you to all of our tournament hosts, our tournament directors. We're super excited about the lineup that we have this year. Yeah, okay. All right, so just a reminder that teams are eligible to advance to the state championship in your first 3 qualifying events. Like I mentioned before, we already had more than 40 teams in the last 48 hours sign up for their tournaments, which is incredible. We are going to be assigning your first 2 events on September 18th. And that roster is going to be posted to the blog, so you'll be able to see where your team is on those first 2 events. Then we're going to wait a week, make sure everybody gets their first 2, and then we're going to assign our 3rd. Okay, we want to make sure that everybody has at least 2 plays before we start assigning that 3rd tournament. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that all squared away for you guys. And then you guys will receive your invoices by the end of that week there. Payments due November 17th. Folks, remember, this is how we run your tournaments. So we need that payment in on time so that we can actually run these events. I want to talk just a little bit about the early tournaments. Where are Sholo and Gilbert? Where are my tournament hosts from Sholo and Gilbert? Yeah, there we go. We've had an incredible response to that November 18th date. We have a lot of teams going, you know what, I want to play the first tournament and I want to see what the game's like and I want to figure it out so I can make changes to my robot. That's exactly what you should do. Between the 2 events, Sholo and Gilbert, we have 48 spots for teams to be able to play that November tournament. But I can't put them all in Anna's tournament. Anna loves you all, okay, but she can't have 48 teams at her school. It just doesn't work that way. So if anybody is interested in playing that date, please go ahead and list if you're willing to go to Sholo, if you're willing to travel up to the White Mountains. It's a beautiful area. It's incredible. So come on up and check that one out as well. So please keep that in mind that we have those 2. Yeah, it won't be 100 and whatever it's going to be today. Okay, so please, if you want to switch that, please come see me. I have those registrations all listed and everything as well for you guys. But keep that in mind that as that tournament fills, we may be offering folks that opportunity to go over to Show Low. It's going to be an incredible tournament. Alrighty, so championship. We're doing things a little different this year. Last year was exciting, we'll say, with the weather for championship. And we were lucky enough to get that 48-hour window where we were able to have the tournament here. But we're actually going to change things up a little bit. We've never done this before. We're going to try it out, see how it works. We're super excited. Beaufort High School is actually going to host the championship this year for us. So big hand for Andy and Kevin and these guys. So we're going to try something different this year. It's going to be great. They have an incredibly beautiful venue and everything. Dave, do you want to say anything about the championship? You want to say anything about championship? Okay. Cool. So just keep that in mind. It is actually a week earlier than it usually is, so keep that in mind as well. It's 2 weeks after that last qualifier in February, so keep that in mind as you're making your travel plans. And then, like I said, it could be you going to World Championships in April. All right, so one more time, I would like all the tournament directors and the workshop presenters, please stand up. I want to recognize them for all their hard work. Folks, this really wouldn't be possible without them. It's an incredible thing to put on one of these tournaments. They have to find the volunteers. They have to feed those volunteers, kind of work with the school to get those logistics taken care of and everything. It's a lot of work. And thank you to all our workshop presenters. I think we have like 22 workshops we're offering today for you guys, so please take advantage of those. Teachers, remember, you can get professional development hours for today, for salary advancement or for your recertification, any of those things from NAU for being here today. And now Rich.
It's great to be here. Well, maybe not here, but I'm here where I am. So it's great to be here. It's great to have all of you ready for kickoff. Hope the day goes well for you. And I'm Rich Gomez, the head referee for Arizona. You'll also be meeting Robert here in a few minutes. But for me, I'm here with you, coming to you live or memorized. I don't know. Either way. But just wanted to touch base and say have a great season. You know, I wanted to be here, but unfortunately I can't. But this kickoff is a great time. This season is going to be wonderful. First in show, the creativity aspect is absolutely phenomenal this year. I think you'll really like the game. I know I'm looking forward to seeing it play out. Going to be on center stage. You're going to have fun with it.
Rich says read the game manual.
Yeah, you have to see the end there because, you know, what's Rich's number one thing? Read the game manual, and that's what he was talking about at the end there.
So Rich is actually at a wedding today, so he's got a family member that's getting married today, so he really sends his love and everything. He misses you guys. If I could clone Rich, I totally would, but I can't. So yeah. All right. So we have just a couple of minutes until we're ready to start this broadcast. So we did this last year. We put some veteran coaches on the spot and asked if any of them would like to share some advice for their colleagues, so rookie coaches or their fellows that have been in here for a while. So if you are, somebody's getting voluntold back there.
I think I see a volunteer who's going to talk to us. Talk to some of those rookie coaches. Talk to coaches. So, how do the Automatons do it?
Start early. Start early. Start today. Get your material list.
materials because the parts houses that supply parts for our robots, they run out. So get your list, get going, get moving early, and stay on task. And the one thing that I do, I think I said it last year, is the world needs people that finish things more than they need people that perfect things. That's so true. So true. Yeah, thank you. And Rev Robotics does have a good handle right now on the controls hubs and all that. I've already been in contact with them. They are good for the season. Rookies, most of you probably have already received a rookie grant. I've been contacting first about those, and we're trying to push them through within literally 2 to 3 days. So we're working hard on trying to make sure you have stuff. You made a mention about some parts. Right here, Matt Rainey, please stand up. You told me you had some parts for these guys.
So, rookies, if you need parts, reach out to Dave and Christine. My team, along with a lot of other veteran teams here, will help you out. My team alone has multiple batteries that we're looking to just give away. They've been used, but they're free. We have over 40 motors that we're looking to give away. We have just a ton of stuff that we can help you out with. So reach out to people. And also, make sure your students, read the game manual.
All right, who else do we have up there? Some more advice out there you want to share? I'm coming over.
Always build your robot before the tournament even starts.
No, I hate to say that's a great advice, and it's so funny because Christine and I will constantly get these calls. Coaches will say to me, we're not ready, and they bail out of a tournament, and yet we tell them, go to the tournament because those other teams are there to help you, and we'll make sure that you are successful. Trust me on this one. Go to the tournament, be ready, pass that mic on down.
As they said before, start early. Go to a scrimmage before the first tournaments. Go to the first tournaments on November 18th. And something I tell my team all the time, please CAD your robot before ordering your parts so it all fits together. It drives me crazy when it doesn't.
All right. Anyone else? Some more advice out there. Here we go. Here we go.
Speaking of Meet the Field, we are Team Viper and Venom. I'm Coach Kitos. Brother Jack is out getting our misplaced lunch. How's it going? Good to see you. I'm the guy with the hat that dances crazy. September 23rd from 3 to 5 p.m. we're going to have Meet the Field on our campus in Tucson at San Miguel High School. You should see one of our lovely team members handing these out. They have a QR code in the back to sign up for it. We will serve you dinner at 5. So come on down for Meet the Field. So thanks for that plug. Thank you.
We have a couple other Meet the Fields, and I'm going to tell you an incredible event these coaches host down there for Meet the Field. It's a great opportunity for all of you. I've got a couple coaches here.
Hey guys, I'm Kelly. I've been helping out Team Robo Sapiens for a few years now, and I'm not a full coach this year, but I was a judge last season. And one piece of advice for everybody, but especially our rookie teams, take advantage of all your opportunities. I saw at least 3 teams that had fabulous things to contribute in their control systems and their programming, and they did not fill out a control award submission. So please take advantage of all those opportunities, fill out your forms, get them in early, and make sure that you're considered for all the awards that you guys are deserving of.
So true, Kelly, so true. On that note that Kelly just mentioned, make sure that you're completing everything. If you're unsure of what that is, again, reach out to us. Look in the blog. We have all that information. We are here to help you. Susan Gardino, where are you? Okay, there we go. Her number is the first senior mentor. She doesn't have all the answers, but I guarantee you contact her, she will be contacting me, and we will be getting in touch with you and everything, so make sure it's all done. So everyone, we want you to be successful and have a successful season.
Thank you, son. I'm David Doig. I'm the head coach for the Dragons and the Wyverns. There's a lot of stuff you can talk about when it comes to the robots. I'll be talking about it today in the mechanical design class. Rookie coaches, something I'm not going to talk about in there, but you should really be aware of. When it comes to a tournament, do not underestimate the importance of lunch. Get that figured out way before that tournament. All right? You'd be surprised how many parents are more than willing to help you out to an unbelievable degree. That's an incredible resource. All right? Parents for these programs are absolutely amazing. Have them help out. That can make the difference at a tournament, is making sure these bottomless pits are fed, the ones we call teenagers.
That's really true.
Thank you, David. That's so true. All right, we are getting close.
I think we're at about 60 seconds left here. 60 seconds.
60 seconds to
here's where we're at. Here's where we're at with the guess the game element. We're going to see if any of these guesses are correct. In first place, it looks like the game element that has the most votes is the red, white, and blue batons with 32 votes. The red and blue rings with 28. The foam dice and the slotted golf ball with 15 votes apiece. Then we've got a few others, the Rubik's Cube, the pink flamingo, the dancing robot, and the wiffle balls all coming on strong here. So we are like seconds away from finding out what is under this and revealing the center stage season. Are you guys ready?
Not until after the game video. You got a timer on that?
All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy kickoff!
Hello, First Tech Challenge teams, coaches, mentors, volunteers, parents, friends, and the entire community. I'm Amy Linebarger, and I'm happy to be here for the First Tech Challenge 2023-2024 season kickoff and review of Center Stage, presented by RTX, all part of the First In Show, presented by Qualcomm Season. All 10 of the 2023 Dean's List Award winners are here today, and we're honored to be your kickoff celebration hosts.
Hi, First Tech Challenge. I'm Lucas Boyle, and I'm pumped to be here today to raise the curtain on our Center Stage season and celebration. We have a full show today, packed with kickoff messages from some familiar and favorite first faces, the Center Stage season reveal, and a detailed field walkthrough to help teams get started with season planning and gameplay strategy.
All of the Center Stage game materials will be published on our website after the broadcast, so please use the website as your reference during the season. To officially welcome you to our kickoff today, we have First Chief Executive Officer Chris Moore.
Hello, First Tech Challenge community. The First In Show, presented by Qualcomm Season, is here, and we're celebrating the role our STEM skills play in the arts. I'm thrilled to help usher in the new season and welcome you to Center Stage, presented by RTX. I want to take a moment to thank you, our participants, our coaches, our mentors, and our volunteers. Thank you for making First Tech Challenge program the successful, engaging, and fun program that it is. We also wouldn't be here today without the generous support of our sponsors. I want to extend a very special thanks to the First Tech Challenge season presenting sponsor, RTX. This season, more than 70,000 First Tech Challenge participants from around the world will raise the curtain on the power of using design, creativity, and precision to create all new experiences. On behalf of everyone here at First, I want to wish all of you good luck and a great season. We can't wait to see how you take on the game this year and put your skills center stage.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. A huge thank you to all our generous sponsors this year and making the first in-show season and center stage game possible. Inspired by the innovative spirit of First participants, Qualcomm's support and collaboration continues to help strengthen the pipeline of STEM leaders who will create a future pushing the limits of innovation.
Hello, First Tech Challenge teams, and welcome to Center Stage, part of the first in-show season presented by Qualcomm. My name is Kedar Kundab, Senior Vice President and General Manager of Compute and Gaming at Qualcomm Technologies, Inc. Every day, we use STEAM to push the edge of what's possible in extended reality. From recreating legendary cinematic effects to reimagining how technology can allow audiences to have immersive experiences in art, music, and gaming. This season, your innovative spirit and unique skill sets will take center stage as you shine a spotlight on the endless possibilities of art and STEM. The future is yours to create, so take the stage. Good luck, First Tech Challenge teams.
Thanks, Qualcomm. And now, the Center Stage season presenting sponsor, RTX, is taking us backstage to show us the beauty and importance of design and some of their most incredible innovations. Welcome to the 2023 First Tech Challenge season, Center Stage presented by RTX. I'm the Industrial Manager in the Hot Section Module Center here at Pratt & Whitney. This is one of many production sites that makes us a world leader in design, manufacturing, and service of aircraft engines. As an RTX employee, I'm able to share my operations and career coaching expertise with the First Tech Challenge teams I coach. Shout out to my robotics warriors in Connecticut and Montana. This year's First Tech Challenge season explores how design can set the stage for innovation. We'll celebrate the role of STEM in the arts where creativity can inspire big ideas. Let's take a quick look behind the curtain at some incredible RTX innovations that exemplify the beauty in engineering and technology. At the nexus of science and art, we find the James Webb Telescope, an international project led by NASA. Raytheon developed the focal plane arrays on MURI, one of Webb's 4 key imaging instruments. By capturing light that's been traveling for billions of years, it's giving us new insight into some of the biggest secrets of the universe and revolutionizing our understanding of it. In Asheville, North Carolina, we engineered a new future in aviation, a sustainable modern solution that was born out of design. Our team of engineers collaborated to build a world-class turbine airfoil factory that exemplifies Industry 4.0 core principles. This allows us to meet future market demand while using less energy and creating less waste. And finally, check out RTX's hybrid electric flight demonstrator program. Collins Aerospace is developing a 1 megawatt electric motor that will help reduce aircraft carbon emissions on the next generation of commercial flight. This engineering marvel delivers 4 times the power, twice the voltage, and half the weight of our current generator. Technology meets design again. This year, your First Tech Challenge team will join thousands of students worldwide to show us how design can drive innovation. It's your turn to take center stage with creativity. Best of luck this year, and remember, teamwork makes the dream work. Wow! Thanks for the behind-the-scenes look, Mickey, and thank you for being a First Tech Challenge mentor.
We want to take a moment to remind our community that gracious professionalism is an important part of what makes First, and that it's also at the heart of each team practice and get-together, and each and every First Tech Challenge event. This year, one of our most gracious and professional volunteers, our 2023 First Championship Volunteer of the Year, Chris Johannesson is sharing a message about gracious professionalism.
Hi, I'm Chris Johannesson. Here in Los Angeles, I mentor first teams, from beginners to advanced. I encourage gracious professionalism based on what the actual words mean to me. What is a professional? Doing challenging work using your mind and talent and education as much as using your hands. Adult professionals push very hard towards their goals. Design the product, cure the patient, earn a promotion. They are competing against their own goals. This season, help your team set internal goals. How will you measure success? A reliable autonomous? Learning a new skill? Solve problems in a methodical way. Learn all you can beforehand. For a large technical challenge, break it into smaller steps. Discuss with your teammates and seek advice from mentors.
How about team members?
These are things that adult professionals do. Start developing these skills now. By the way, colleges will recognize your efforts. What about the gracious part? Help your teammates all you can. Favor communication, not isolation. When you enter the robotics room, show the behavior and even the language that makes others feel welcome and valued. People will notice and stay and contribute thanks to your influence. So, gracious professionalism, to me, means being a helpful teammate while pushing hard towards your goals. Have an exciting season.
What an important message from Mr. Chris Johansson. Our team coach also makes sure gracious professionalism is a priority for our team. Next up, we have Senior Program Manager of First Tech Challenge, Joanne Halloran. Joanne has been an integral part of the First Tech Challenge team for more than 16 years and fundamental to the growth and success of our First Tech Challenge program. She joins us today to welcome you all to the center stage season and share a few updates.
Hi, I'm Joanne Halloran, Senior Program Manager of First Tech Challenge, and I couldn't be happier to talk about the new season and this year's game, Center Stage, presented by RTX. First, I want to share my gratitude with all of you, our First Tech Challenge community. Your ability to problem solve, your creativity, your perseverance, and your smart minds have inspired all of us at First Tech Challenge. With your help, we continue to move the mission of First forward. You can help by spreading the word about First. I would love for you to tell people in your communities how the First programs have served you, your accomplishments and new skills, and how we are together changing the future. Our goal is to make First Tech Challenge available to students across the globe, and to do that, we need your help. Speaking of growing our community, thanks to the generous support of the DECA Foundation and Bosch, we have rookie team grants available. These are need-based grants that will provide $750 towards a rookie team registration and give rookie teams a head start on the purchase of their competition kits. Team and class pack season registration is open. This season, our robot technology team has developed what we call the Vision Portal, providing a common way to use TensorFlow and AprilTag, a new technology that's now part of the First Tech Challenge software. Vision Portal supports image recognition, robot navigation, multiple cameras, and many other features, all available to teams programming in FTC blocks or Java. Now it's easier for more teams to succeed in Center Stage. Like all industries, from consumer goods to food to automobiles, First was impacted in previous seasons by the challenges in the supply chain. Thanks to the hard work by Rev Robotics and our First community, we have control hubs in stock right now for teams and class pack users. Speaking of Rev Robotics, did you know that they were founded by a First alum? First alumni are folks who have graduated from high school after time on a First team. All of you on teams now will be First alumni someday, and we hope that you will be excited to remain a part of the First community. Many of our First Tech Challenge team mentors and event volunteers are First alumni. Be sure to thank them and ask them about their journeys. Learn more about First alumni benefits and tools to make the most of your First experience on the First website. And finally, We are continuing to expand the First Tech Challenge Championship footprint. At the 2024 First Championship, we're growing team participation from 192 to 224 teams, allowing more teams than ever the opportunity to qualify. It will still require teamwork, grit, and your best gracious professionalism to get there. But we want to ensure every team around the world has a merit-based opportunity to earn a spot. And now, without any further ado, here's the information you've all been waiting for. Center Stage, presented by RTX. We hope you enjoy the game and wish you the best of luck for an amazing and inspiring season.
Thank you, Joanne. We also want to share an enormous thank you to our dedicated game design committee, Jessica Ballin-Smith, Michael Coleman, Mark Edelman, Aaron Fadden, Joe Parado, Manny Lowe, and Kevin Rudd. Thank you for the hundreds of hours you have spent creating, refining, and documenting this year's artistic and creative game, and the hundreds of hours you will spend in season. We can't wait to show you the most important part of our Center Stage Kickoff, the reveal. A special thank you to the very spectacular 2019-2020 Volunteer of the Year winner, Kevin Thorpe, for the beautiful animation, and first very own Michelle Long for narrating every detail. After the reveal, make sure to stick around for the field walkthrough. And now, the exhilarating reveal of the 2023-2024 First Tech Challenge game, Center Stage, presented by RTX.
Welcome to the First Tech Challenge 2023-2024 season game, Center Stage, presented by RTX. A team consists of up to 2 driver operators, a human player, a coach, and a robot. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. Each alliance is allowed 1 human player. Your opponent for one match may be your partner for another. Robots must be built from materials specified in the game manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing tool and may expand after the match begins. The primary scoring element is a plastic hexagonal-shaped pixel 3 inches across by 1/2 inch thick. There are 64 white pixels and 10 each yellow, green, and purple pixels. Teams may construct custom game and scoring elements, including paper drones and team props. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot-high walls. 2 trusses are located midfield. Between the trusses is the hinged stage door. In the back of the field are the backdrops, 1 for each alliance. Beneath the backdrops are taped-off backstage areas. In the front corners are taped-off wings. In each quadrant of the field are 3 separate spike marks. Just inside of the front wall are white pixel location stripes, and outside of the front wall there are 3 taped-off landing zones. April tags are located in the field wall and both backdrops to aid navigation. Blue and red alliance stations are on the left and right sides of the field. And in front of those are the red and blue human player stations. Before each match, pixels are stacked next to each player station and on the inside of the front wall. 4 pixels are placed on the spike marks. However, team props may be substituted for the spike mark pixels. Teams place their robots on the field, touching the side walls. Each team may preload 1 yellow and/or 1 purple pixel onto their robot. Teams may also preload 1 drone onto their robot. The spike mark pixels and team props are then randomized. The field and players are now ready. The match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During this time, teams may attempt to score using pre-programmed instructions and sensor inputs. A purple pixel placed on the spike mark tape earns 10 points. However, if the spike mark tape has a team prop, Placing a purple pixel will earn 20 points. Each pixel in the backstage earns 3 points. And each pixel placed on the backdrop earns 5 points. If a yellow pixel is placed on the backdrop in the location indicated by the spike mark pixel, it earns 10 bonus points. Or 20 points if a team prop was used as an indicator. Robots parked in the backstage earn 5 points. Pixels scored in the autonomous period will also earn points at the end of the driver-controlled period. Following the autonomous period is the 2-minute driver-controlled period. During this time, human players may introduce new pixels into the wings. Each pixel that is placed backstage earns 1 point, and each pixel on the backdrop earns 3 points. Each mosaic of 3 identical or 3 different pixels earns 10 points. If an alliance can build pixels above the set lines, they earn a 10-point bonus for each line they cross. The last 30 seconds of the driver-controlled period is the end game. Robots may continue scoring pixels, and there are also ways to earn bonus points. Robots may launch drones over the truss or stage door and into the landing zones. Depending on where they're parked, they can earn 10, 20, or 30 points. Robots parked in the backstage area earn 5 points. And a robot suspended by the rigging earns 20 points. There are many ways to score in center stage, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will deduct points from your alliance. Robots may not limit the upward motion of the stage door. Robots may not descore pixels from the opposing alliance's backdrop. Intentionally damaging another robot is not allowed. A robot may not affect the flight of an opposing alliance's drone. A robot may not make contact with an opponent suspended from the truss. This has been a summary of this season's game, Center Stage, presented by RTX. For complete rules, please read both game manuals and check the Q&A forum. And always remember the most important rule of First Tech Challenge, gracious professionalism. Good luck, teams, and have a spectacular season.
Wow, what an exciting game we have ahead of us this season. Here to give us a closer look at the field is Erin Fadden.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Erin. Erin is a Game Design Committee team member and First Tech Challenge project manager.
Hey teams, I'm Erin Fadden, member of the First Tech Challenge Game Design Committee. First, I want to give a huge shout out to the Game Design Committee for all of their hard work they put in year-round to design each game. I hope you're excited about this year's Center Stage game presented by RTX. Center Stage will include 2 team-built elements to be used to earn points. The team game element, which is called the team prop, is the team-built element that is only used during the autonomous period. This is referred to as a game element because it cannot be picked up and scored after use during the autonomous randomization task. The drone is also a team-built element, but this is used during endgame for scoring. The drone has some specific build rules. For example, it must have the general configuration of an airplane with a defined fuselage. It must be built with 1 sheet of paper, and teams must build at least 2, 1 red and 1 blue drone. So, if you're thinking, a crumpled up piece of paper will work, right? The answer is no. That would not be considered a legal drone. Make sure to carefully read the team prop and drone build rules that are outlined in the Game Manual Part 1 when constructing each of these items. New this season, we are using April tags for robot navigation and autonomous tasks. There are a total of 8 April tags on the field. As you saw in the animation, there are 3 unique April tags on each of the backdrops, and 2 unique April tags over the pixel stacks in front of the field. The scoring element in this year's game are the pixels. There are 94 pixels that come in 4 different colors. Each pixel is approximately 3 inches wide and a ½ an inch thick. Pixels are scored on the backdrop. Here you can see that the backdrop is at a 30-degree angle to help the pixels stay in place when they are scored. Robots can simply place pixels onto the backdrop or onto other scored pixels. They can also be dropped from higher up and should still stay in place. Teams should be cautious while scoring on the backdrop and do their best to not knock or shake it. Some level of contact is okay, but knocking the backdrop hard enough can cause the pixels to de-score. Spanning the field are the trusses, riggings, and stage door. The truss includes height-limiting bars that are 14 inches from the playing field floor. Teams will have to be thoughtful in their robot design to accommodate traversing the field with these lowered heights. The truss also includes the riggings, which are the red and blue bars for their respective alliance. Robots may suspend from the riggings during endgame. Only one robot can hang at a time from their alliance rigging. The stage door, prior to being lifted, has a 12-inch clearance from the playing field floor. The door can be raised to approximately 26 inches. Stoppers on the sides of the truss will not allow the stage door to be raised any higher. The width of the stage door provides enough space for 2 robots to travel through at the same time. However, robots traveling from the audience side of the stage door have transit priority. There are rules outlined in the game manual part 2 that penalize robots that grasp onto the stage door. This is another area of the center stage game where teams will have to come up with some creative designs to effectively lift the door to travel from one side of the field to the other. And finally, as part of the end game, robots may launch their drones to score points. The drone must be launched so that it passes over the rigging or top pole of the stage door to be eligible to score points. Robots that are hanging from the rigging may also launch their drone during endgame. Neither a drive team member or robot should interfere with a launched drone. Interfering with the opposing alliance's drone while in flight will cause the affected alliance to automatically earn points for landing zone 1. I hope you enjoyed this overview of Center Stage. Please make sure to read both the Game Manual Part 1 and Game Manual Part 2. There are 2 versions of each of these manuals on our website for both remote and traditional gameplay. Every team is allocated 1 account to ask questions and receive official answers on the First Tech Challenge forum. Thank you so much for tuning in, and best of luck this season.
Thanks so much, Erin. The field looks full of creative and fun new challenges. We can't wait to see your creative solutions and robots in action on the field. If you're watching but haven't registered yet, there's still time to join in on the action. Visit our website for details and to get started. Be sure to tag First Tech Challenge on your team's social media throughout the season so we can keep in touch and see how your team is tackling the game. Thanks for joining us to kick off this season and for being part of the First community. Now it's lights, camera, Steve.
Well, there it is, folks. Center Stage! What do you guys think of the game? Lots of really exciting challenges in that game there. We do, in fact, have 2 winners that guessed the paper airplane as the game element for this season. Will we? And they have $25 gift cards from Rev coming their way, which is pretty cool. Get some robot parts for your team. So Zach from Trivium Undefined and Richard from the Technical Terrors, come on down. Oh, Aryaga, nice job. All right, Mr. Aryaga from Trivium won $25 in robot parts for his team for guessing the paper airplane. That's going to be a challenge here. All right, folks, we are going to turn this over to one of your head referees, and Matt, and these guys, Robert and Matt, are going to do a few key points about the game, and then we're going to go into our workshops.
Hello, I'm Robert, one of the head refs, along with Rich. I'm kind of sorry Rich isn't here because he usually does the talking. I'm bad at talking. But do we have the slideshow up? So how do you guys like the game? They're going to be interesting. And what's the first thing we want to do? Read the game manual. I read it probably every other day, and I find something that I missed on the previous read or read something incorrectly. Matter of fact, even last night, I found out that you can shoot while hanging. I didn't think you could. But read the game manual. There's my information and Rich Gomez's information. Feel free to call us, email us. We've been around long enough, we know what to do. Best way to reach me is either shoot me a text or Susan, wherever she is. Contact her, she can always reach me, and that would be through my work phone. What's that? Or Dave. Well, the thing is, everybody calls Susan to get a hold of somebody. Okay, how does the clicker work? Oh, there it goes. Did I go backwards? No, that was backwards. It went backwards. Okay. First thing is safety. You know, safety glasses, closed-toed shoes, hair. Those were our biggest safety issues last year, was between hair and safety glasses. If somebody does ask you in the pit, it's everybody's job to be safe. Somebody in the pit doesn't have their safety glasses on, call them out. You know what? Can you please put your safety glasses on? It's all about the safety. You know, take it to heart. You know, they're not out there to get you in trouble or anything like that. They're just trying to help you out. You know, GP. We want that GP all the time. You know, in everything we do. You know, and like I said, anybody, a volunteer, a coach, a student. I've had students come up and say, hey, your safety glasses. You know, I take it to heart and just put them on. That's it, ladies. Is it? Okay. The new terminology is, well, every game has the new terminology for that particular game. The pixels, which are the hexagonic pieces there, mosaics, and, you know, read, you know, the definitions on how these score. You know, the drone, everyone saw the drone, the airplanes. The spike mark are these 1-inch blue and red taped lines. Your team prop is real close to the signal sleeve that we had last year. And then the April tags. April tags have been out in FRC for many years, but they're just introducing them into FTC. The other thing you want to, let's see if I can go to the next page. Autonomous period. We didn't have a lot of issues with early starts and late stops last year, but it's a continuing rule that we need to keep up with. Please be ready to go when you get to the field. Have everything ready to go, your robot turned on. Your game pieces on the robot itself. The field personnel are not going to remind you this year that you need your pixel or airplane or drone on your robot. That's going to be up to the drivers to do that. Okay, rule GS03, interference. Read that real closely. Also the definitions for it. And they are in the game manual. Yeah. Okay, did I go way too far? Oh, nice. No, it's outside the field. I can do whatever I want with them. Okay, these are the game-specific rules. The human player, biggest number one penalty last year. Do watch or read the rules for GS9 and G12, which are the actions of the human player. They are very specific this year. It's real similar to last year, but a little bit more strict. The stage door, on how that operates. Read the game manual on that one. It's very specific on how you can go through the stage door. Also, the end game scoring with the G11, the drone constraints, and where you cannot launch the drone from. Understand the meaning of part at the end game. Read that one several times. Every time I read it, I've come up with something different on it. The appendixes are very good information on how to do your mosaics, details on the actual field, the spike marks, and how they work. Scoring on the spike marks. And then game scoring. Do read your game scoring on how things score. Wireless communication. We had several issues last year with hotspots. We're going to get a little bit stricter this year because of the issues we had last year. You know, no hotspots in the venue, which is the biggest one. Walkie-talkies. There are no walkie-talkies allowed in the venue at all to communicate, say, from the arena basically to the pits. And we do have ways to watch and see if there are hot spots. The robot rules, you know, the team number display, the alliance markers, similar, same as last year. The definition of launching scoring game pieces or launching game pieces. Read that one very carefully. It confused me the first time I read it. No flag. Understand how the rigging and everything work. The rigging works for the end game and I did talk about the door, right? Yeah, how the actual stage door works. I think that was it. That's it. I'm going to leave the first screen up so you have our contact information. Now,
Vicky, you forgot my coffee. Well, how did I do for my first time public speaking in front of a large crowd? I'm getting better. Well, Robert, would you take the power in the clicker? Would you take some questions from these students?
All right, first of all, is the door, is that slightly lower than the trusses, or is that at the same height? It's hard to tell from here.
This and this?
Yeah, are they same
This
height?
is 14 inches to the ground. This is 12 inches to the ground.
All right, good to know.
It's 26 when it's up.
Good to know.
Hello, I would like to ask how big can the piece of paper for the drone be?
It's in Game Manual 1.
Manual 1.
Is there a limit to how many game pieces you can hold at one time?
2.
Guess what? It's in the game manual, but it's 2.
What's the limit of how many? Oh, what is it? No, my bad. How many of pixels can you possess at a time?
2.
How much weight can the red and blue bars hold?
There is no weight limit this year, but don't be excessively overweight. David? David? Wait, David.
How do you get points by the mosaic?
So mosaics, it's in the game manual, we'll show you real quick, are the yellow, green, or purple pixels. And a mosaic is 3 of them touching each other. If they're touching each other like this, that does not count. Mosaics are only that order. The other mosaic you're allowed to do is 1 of each color.
Do these like red bars, do they rotate or anything?
No.
How high is the red and blue suspension beams?
The bars for hanging are 23.5 inches off the ground.
Can we keep the airplane on the robot like throughout the time?
During your preload, you can load 1 yellow, 1 purple pixel, and your drone.
Can you overlap the mosaics?
For mosaics to gain points, you have to have white pixels between them. They cannot be touching each other.
Can you cross the stage under the trusses?
On the truss, we're going to go over this a little bit because it'll stop some questions. You can pass through under your own colors. You can pass through under the stage door, through the stage door. You can pass through the stage door this way, but robots coming toward the backstage have priority access. If you stop a robot coming this way and you're wanting to go this way, you going this way will get penalized.
Are you allowed to launch drones while hanging from the rigging?
Yes. But keep in mind in the game manual where to shoot from. Shooting your drone has to be on this side of your rigging.
For the backboard, do you have to fill up the entire section in order to move to the next one, or can you just go up in a straight line and it would still count to go to the next section?
As long as you pass that line, you gain the points. So if you want to score on one side of the backdrop, up all the way, you can.
When you score on the backdrop, does it matter how many pieces are in the specific area?
So keep in mind, read the game manual. These are scored. I don't know how to do this. Get it right. Come on, stay. It's sitting on top is not scored. The only way it is scored is if it is in the recess of this. If your pixel falls like that, that is still scored because it's in the recess.
Does it have to fully cover the line, or does it have to be partly on?
This does not gain points. That gains points.
So you have to be touching the line. On what? Matt, he's talking about the spike line.
Oh, the spike line. Sorry. All right, on the spike line, keep in mind which pixel you can put on your spike to gain points. If you put your yellow pixel on your spike line, that's 0 points. Only your purple scores points on your spike line. It just has to be touching the line in some sort of a way. And the correct one.
Do you have to, when you're putting them on the stage there, if you're putting the pixels there, do you have to cross the line, that dotted line there?
Read the game manual. There's quite a few things about that, so that's why I'm saying read the game manual.
Can I come up for this question?
Yes.
So this configuration right here, would this count as 3 mosaics or just 1?
0. Because you have these touching, that counts. That doesn't.
So for the red bars during the driver control period and the blue bars during the driver control period, are any robots able to pass under those regardless of their team alliance? It's only when they're hanging that it matters, right? So like red robots could pass under the blue during the driver controlled, and blue robots can pass under the red during driver controlled, right?
Yes, but pay attention to the game manual because there are penalties associated with being on the wrong side.
Okay, thank you.
So the drone needs a fuselage, but does it need to include wings?
Read the game manual. Game manual 1. I don't know. That's why you got to read the whole game manual.
Can a pixel be in 2 mosaics? So the left side, there's a green one, but then there's
Nope.
a color.
So you get one, keep in mind your mosaics can't be touching each other. There has to be white in between each mosaic.
Okay.
On the left one, so on the blue side, you have 2 mosaics right now.
How the backdrop?
How stable is the backdrop? Not very. It is only bolted in underneath the field, so if your robot accidentally grabs the side, you just descored yourself.
Is there a limit to how many mosaics you can have?
So, yes and no, kind of. Human players have stacks of 5, yellow, green, and purple. Keep in mind the other 5 for each color is on that human player side. There are a lot of penalties that you need to read about going into each other's person's area or wings. So really there's only 5 mosaics that you can create.
If the opposing team drops a piece, can you pick it back up and score it?
Pixels are not alliance specific.
Do you have to have a specific kind of paper for the, like any kind?
Game Manual 1. Yes, it has to be a certain kind. How many questions do we want to do?
Can you score mosaics in autonomous?
No, because you don't have enough pixels. Nope. You can, however, go for the white stacks, but those don't count as mosaics. One more question, and then we'll let you guys come up to the field.
Can a human player place pixels standing up, or does it have to be flat?
So, human player, this is something to read in the game manual. Human players can pick up at most 2 pixels at a time and place them on the field. Once they are placed on the field, you can't touch them again. They have to be placed within your wing. They cannot be placed on a robot.
Okay, last question.
Can you stack pixels on the spike line?
Stack pixels on the what?
On the spike line.
Oh, on the spike line? As long as they're touching the line, you're gaining points. Keep in mind that if you're, spike line, if you're stacking on the spike line, that's only during autonomous. All right. Any other thing?
Yes. All right, so folks, what do you guys think of the game? Pretty amazing, huh? Lots of opportunity for strategy and really cool engineering design solutions to this. So, just real quick here, it is now, what time is it? About 10 to 10, probably, right? Okay, so 10 minutes to 10. So we have a few minutes here for folks to come up and actually feel the field and play with the pixels and things like that and actually kind of play around with it. Here are the rules though, folks. Please don't move yet. Okay, this is an official field that we are going to be using to play qualifiers this season. So all of the game elements have to stay here. The pixels need to stay within sight of this field. This field belongs to Valley X, so please make sure that it stays here. Coaches, when you come and see Dave and I this afternoon for your cafe, I believe we are going to have some giveaways for that. Is that right, Dave? Yes, we are going to be giving a pixel to each team so you guys can get started with that's the generosity of the coconuts once again. So, yeah. So come and see us this afternoon for your snacks and for your pixels. And we also have some other giveaways for that. Okay? And rookies, make sure you guys come and see us during, folks listen please.
Please quiet down.
Okay, rookie coaches, we have an hour reserved for you to come and meet with Dave and I and get your questions answered. We have a lot of giveaways for that as well. So even if you are a rookie coach coaching a veteran team, we would love to come and sit down with you and make sure that you are ready to go for this season. The last thing, we have lots and lots of workshops available to you guys. So when Jeremy comes back, we'll have him put up the QR codes for that. You can take pictures of the schedule out in front over there on the registration table. You can also scan that QR code. Teachers, please don't forget, you get professional development hours for participating in today's kickoff. For salary advancement, or for your recertification, or whatever it is you need hours for, we can get you a certificate from NAU. So don't forget to scan that QR code. All you have to do is select the workshops that you went to today, and NAU will send you a certificate for the hours that you spent today. So don't forget to do that. That's free PD hours.
All right, before you come up to the field, please do not be stepping on the field. You can step over the walls, and you are absolutely not allowed to step over the truss. All right.
Hey, before we come up, I know you're all excited. I just want to do one more quick shout out over here. Wade Batson, will you please raise your hand? We got another head ref coming in. Wade just showed up with his amazing family, so thank you. Come on up, Wade. Okay, 10:15 sharp. Here we go. You got your refs up here. Come up. They'll ask you some questions for you. Come and take a look at the field. Guys, let's